The women with long hair. The village first noticed her hair before they noticed her face, because it was impossible to look at anything else when she appeared at the edge of the old road at dusk, the hair spilling down her back like an endless black river, dragging along the dirt, curling around stones, roots, and broken glass as if it were alive, and people said it moved even when the wind was dead, sliding and twitching like a nest of sleeping snakes, and those who dared to stare for too long felt a strange pressure behind their eyes, as if the darkness in her hair was pulling their thoughts into it. No one knew where she came from, only that after the old well dried and the banyan tree split down the middle during a stormless night, she began appearing closer to the houses, always silent, always standing just at the limit of the lantern light, her face hidden behind that curtain of hair, and the dogs were the first to die, found stiff and twisted in the mornings with clumps of black strands tangled in their mouths, their eyes wide open as if they had seen something that burned into them at the moment of death. And after that the children began waking up screaming about hair crawling under their blankets, whispering their names, wrapping around their ankles, tugging them toward the dark corners of their rooms, and the elders said it was only imagination until one night the schoolteacher followed the sound of sobbing to the abandoned house near the fields, where the woman was said to live, and he never came back, though his shoes were found neatly placed outside the door as if he had removed them before entering, and inside the house the walls were coated with long black strands like mold, thick and damp, pulsing faintly as if breathing, and when the villagers burned that house to the ground, thinking fire would cleanse whatever curse had attached itself to the land, the flames screamed, not like wood or cloth but like a living thing, and from the smoke rose the smell of burnt hair and something older, something rotten and sweet, and that very night the woman appeared again, closer than ever, standing in the middle of the main road, her hair now reaching so far that it blocked the entire path, a black tide swallowing the moonlight, and people swore they heard voices inside it, hundreds of voices, crying, begging, laughing, repeating the last words of those who had vanished. And one by one the villagers began to disappear, not dragged away screaming but simply gone, leaving behind trails of hair leading into wells, under beds, into cupboards, coiled around door handles, and the few who survived long enough to speak of her said that if you ever saw her face, even for a second, you would understand why she hid it, because beneath the hair was not a face meant for the living, but something stretched and hollow, eyes sunk too deep, a mouth that opened wider than bone should allow, lined with teeth that looked more like broken mirrors than ivory, reflecting your own terror back at you, and she did not walk like a human but glided, her feet never touching the ground, her hair doing the moving for her, pulling her forward, lifting her, spreading through cracks and keyholes, sliding across ceilings, waiting patiently for sleep, because sleep was when she was strongest, when your guard was down and your dreams softened you, and those who tried to flee the village found themselves lost in familiar paths, walking in circles, feeling hair brushing against their calves, their wrists, their throats, growing tighter with every step until breathing became a struggle, and when the last survivor locked himself in the temple, chanting prayers until his voice broke, he heard the soft sound of hair brushing stone, then felt it wrap around his ankles. Cold and wet, smelling of soil and graves, pulling him backward inch by inch while he clawed at the floor, and as he was dragged into the darkness behind the altar, the lantern fell and went out, and the village was silent forever after, left to rot under the sun, empty houses filled with black strands that still move when night falls, and even now travelers say that if you walk that road after sunset and feel something touch your feet, you must never look down, because once you acknowledge her hair, once you let yourself believe she is real, she will already be behind you, lifting her hair from your shadow, smiling with a mouth that remembers every scream it has swallowed, and adding one more voice to the endless whispering that follows her wherever she goes. After the village vanished, people from nearby towns began to speak in hushed tones about what the long-haired woman truly was, and the elders said her hair was not just hair but a prison made of sorrow, each strand grown from the soul of someone she had taken, which was why it never ended and never rotted, and those who studied old records claimed she had once been a woman betrayed, buried alive near the well, her hair still visible above the soil when the ground was sealed, and when she died, her rage did not leave her body but rooted itself into her hair, turning it into something that could move, remember, and hunt, and even now, the land around the abandoned village remains cursed, because at night the wind carries the sound of soft brushing, as if someone is slowly combing endless hair, waiting for new footsteps to follow. Years later, people realized the long-haired woman was never tied to one village alone, because wherever someone spoke her story too loudly or mocked it without fear, strands of black hair began appearing in strange places, caught in window grills, wrapped around motorcycle handles, blocking bathroom drains, and those who found the hair often disappeared within days, leaving behind rooms that smelled of damp earth and silence, and it is said that she grows stronger each time her name is remembered, her hair stretching farther across roads and cities, proving that some horrors do not need bodies to travel, only belief. darkness, and someone careless enough to listen when the whispering begins.